Hey Facebook, I was only going to say good morning then, but it's not morning, it's afternoon. I've just had a really busy morning. I've had quite a few clients this morning, and this is exactly what I want to talk to you guys about today. All right, there's been a common trend throughout my clients this morning, so I wanted to jump on and chat to you all about it. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes for a few of you to hop on. I can see there's a few of you on. Hey Nicole, let me know that you're here. Say hi, send me some love, let me know where you're from. This is what I want to talk about today, okay? It's all about how long are you going to let the same story be your story? What I mean by this is how long are you going to let the same thing that you're unhappy with or the same thing that you're unhappy about in your life at the moment continue to be an issue for you? Continue to be your story and a problem. Hey Rod, you see, we all go through issues. We all have things that we go through in life. But if you have a problem last year, right, and it's still a problem this year, today, right now, then that's an issue. And you need to ask yourself, how much longer are you going to allow this issue and this story to be your story for? At what point are you going to do something about it? Is this making sense to you guys? Let me know that you're here. Say hi. Because I had a few clients this morning, most of my clients that I spoke to this morning, right? They'll have good weeks and then they'll have bad weeks. Then they'll have a good week and then they'll come back with the same issue. And then we talk about it and they start moving through it. And then they'll message me again a week later and it's the same issue. And it's going back and forth. And this morning, I've had to give a couple of my clients some tough love. I've had to say to them, aren't you bored yet? How long are you going to let this same issue be an issue until you do something about it? It gets boring, guys. I have been there. I still have times where I catch myself and I find myself there. We're human. It is impossible to not go through things. It's impossible to not feel emotional, to get hit with obstacles and to get hit with upset. But at some point, you have to make a decision that you're bored, feeling like crap, that you're bored, suffering, and that at some point you have to make a decision that that's not going to be your story anymore. And I get so frustrated when I speak to clients from one week to the next and they're still allowing that same story to be an issue for them and they don't do anything about it. That's when it becomes an issue. Like I said, we're human. It is normal for us to feel things. It's normal for us to get hit with obstacles. We're going to get hit with obstacles all the time, more than once in our life. Often we're going to get hit with obstacles. That's part of life. But if you're still complaining about something that you were complaining about 5 years ago, then you need to change that story. At what point are you going to get bored with that? At what point are you going to decide that that's no longer going to be your story anymore and that you're actually going to do something about it? Because it gets boring, it gets draining when I have my clients come to me complaining about the same thing every time. Even once I give them the tools, right? You've got to do something about it, guys. If you're not happy with your health, if you're not happy with your weight, when are you going to do something about it? When are you going to change that story? If you're not happy with your finances, when are you going to change that story? If you're not happy in your relationships, when are you going to change that story? Are you guys getting what I'm saying here? Give me some likes, give me some hearts if you get what I'm saying. It gets boring, and I do this. I get to a point where if I'm upset about something, and I continue to allow myself to get upset about it, I get bored with it. Like I said, obstacles are a part of life, but you have to stop allowing this one story to continue being your story, because then you just end up in your own pity party. That's when it gets boring. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Are you getting me here? If you got something in your life at the moment where you're like, yeah, shit, I probably need to do something about that. I've been complaining about it for a really long time. Guys, nothing's going to change unless you change. That story's not going to change unless you decide to change that story. Is that making sense? If you're going to allow something to continue, it's going to continue. No one else can change that for you. I can see so many of you on here. We've got Vadim, Samantha, Adam, Anne-Marie, how you going? Curtis. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Send me some love if you get it. Have a look at your life right now. Make the decision. What story do you keep telling yourself over and over again? Where do you keep playing the victim? Where do you keep feeling sorry for yourself, but you're not doing something about it? You're not deciding to change that story. I've been carrying this extra weight for 10 years now. 10 years I've been carrying this 10 kilos, and it's just, you know what, I'm just so sick of it. I'm not getting over it. Right, so when are you going to do something about that 10 kilos? I've been unhappy in this relationship for 20 years. 20 years I've been unhappy in this relationship, really? And that's still your story. When are you going to do something about it? Guys, do you get it here? It gets boring. And part of my job as a coach, you know, I always say to my clients normally hate me before they love me, because it's my job to give some tough love, and I do it with love. Trust me, I do it with love because I love my clients. I care about my clients. And all my clients know that if you want a no BS coach, that's who I am. That's what I'm going to do. I will lay down the no BS for you. And I had to say to my client this morning, you know what? Do you want the truth? Do you want me to tell you the truth? Anne-Marie, yes, can definitely relate. Awesome. And I know that you can. Guys, that's what I'm here for. That's part of my job, is to call you out on your bluff and to tell you this has been your story for the past 2 months now. How long are you going to allow it to continue to be your story until you decide you want to do something about it? Curtis, action on fire is better than knowledge on ice. You don't need to know where you're going or know the ins and outs of your next venture, but you need to make the decision to take action. Curtis, spot on, 10 points for you, gold star. Love it. Love it. Right? Spot on. We don't always know the how. We don't always know the how of how we're going to do something, how we're going to change something. But you have to start with a decision that you are going to do something different. Everything starts with the decision to try. Right? That's what you have to understand here. Like the title of my live stream says, how long are you going to allow your story to be your story? Aren't you bored with it? Aren't you going to get bored with it? I'm glad you guys can relate to me here. Let me know, what are you struggling with? If there's something that you're struggling with at the moment, let me know. What is something that you continue, and you know what, you don't even probably have to tell me. You probably know what it is. You're probably sitting there, the first thing that comes to your mind, that's what it is. That's what it is. Right? We just need to understand why. Exactly. Exactly. Do I believe that some people like holding on to the negativity and the drama? Yes, some people do. Some people do. But I certainly know I got bored with my drama. I got bored with my negativity, and that's when I decided I had to do something about it, because I wasn't going to allow my story to be my story anymore. And sometimes I get to a point with my clients where I just have to say that. I just have to be real. And that's part of my job. And that's why they normally hate me before they love me. So I'm going to leave you guys there. Thanks for joining me. Share this live stream with anyone that you think needs to hear it today. If you agree with what I'm saying, give me some likes, give me some hearts, and start a conversation. I'm more than happy to answer any questions, any comments that you guys have. Think like garbage and flies will come, my favorite life quote. That's a good one. That's a really good one. It's true. If your mind is filled with shit, that's what you're going to keep getting. That's what you're going to keep getting, right? So that's my little takeaway for you today. Have a think about it. What is something that you keep telling yourself that you aren't happy with? And it's been your story for a very long time now, and it's probably about time that you let that story go, because it's not serving you anymore and it's boring you. And if you're my client, it's probably boring me, right? So that's my little takeaway for you today, guys. Make the decision to change. Do something about it. And if something's been your story for a long time, then maybe you need to change that story. Like I said before, it doesn't mean we're not going to get hit with obstacles. Things are going to come our way all the time. We're going to have things that we aren't happy with. We're going to have different obstacles throughout our life. But how long we choose to hold on to those obstacles for is completely in our control. It is our decision how long we choose to hold on to that for, right? So that's what I want you to remember. Take the necessary steps moving forward because it is in your control. It's always in your control, and it starts with the decision, okay? Sending love to you guys. Enjoy your Saturday or wherever you are in the world, and I will speak to you guys soon. Much love. Bye.